Good evening. Welcome to Creations by Gwili. I'm Gwili. Ed is behind the camera to catch hopefully any of your comments, any questions you might have during this video. We both try to get it up on our phones to make sure nothing goes crazy and wonky. And he's already found it because I hear it. Okay, let me get in here and find it.
Barbara Rose Can said hello.
Hi Barbara, boy, you're here right on the dot.
And Maria Francisco's here.
Hi Maria.
And what other lady?
Let me turn this down. Turn around and write on the refrigerator phones. So we will remember to turn our phones back on to where they will ring. Okay, thank you ladies for being here. I appreciate it. Happy Thursday. I hope y'all have had a great week. It's been fairly quiet here, I guess, but we've had some really hot days. But today we got a little bit of rain, so it was a little cooler. So the first thing I want to do, we're going to go over what our blessing gift is for this week. And I'm going, if you're new here, be sure and let us know you're new so we can give you a proper welcome. And
Kelly Marie says hi, Ed and Julie.
Carrie or Kelly?
Carrie.
Carrie Marie, okay.
Say
Hi, Carrie.
K-E-R-I.
Yeah, hi Carrie, thank you for being here. Ed told me I couldn't tell y'all this, but I'm going to tell you what he told me after the live on Monday. He said, you know, I don't normally say anything, but that was boring. If y'all remember, we took the star dish, and I really didn't do a whole lot to it. I'd already spray painted it, and I guess because I didn't do a lot of crafting with it or something, he's like, that was boring. But I will tell you, this is not his style. The primitive, rustic, if it's rusty, it needs to go in the trash. Except stuff he has in his garage, you know, that he might one day need. But anyway, we're going to talk about what the blessing, you have a boring blessing this week. But I am giving away, which I'm not supposed to say that, but y'all know what it is. One of these star dishes, one of the nice candles that I had ordered from Amazon, and y'all, I've tested my candle. I've had it on since Monday, and it goes out, I'm assuming, after 6 hours. I turned it on like at 6:30, so it doesn't go out till 12:30. But every evening at 6:30, it's back on. So, and it's out if I get up in the middle of the night. So I'm guessing it goes out at 12:30. It takes 2 AA batteries, and it tells you on here. I will not be sending you the batteries because I can't send them through the mail. But it's on a timer. So as soon as you put the batteries in and turn it on to where the light starts flickering, then it will stay on for 6 hours and then go off for 18. But you can make some cute things with it. I'm also sending you this little money roll thing. Is what Lisa from the Silver Farmhouse used for the candles that she had. To me, it's a little big for this one, but you can just wrap some tape around it, and like I showed you Monday, cut it off or just use something different altogether. You don't want to glue this down in that. But anyway, that's what our gift is. And what did I say the word was? Candle. What? Hashtag candle is your mystery word for this week. So whether you're watching the live or the replay, you still have an opportunity. And Monday we will be drawing names out of our blessing bag, and this is what I'm going to give away. My boring craft. So I told him, I'm going to tell him what you said. You better not. See who rules this house, don't you? Okay. Thank y'all for joining me on this Thursday. Tonight we are going to do another. Y'all may get sick of Patriotic Decor before I'm finished. I still have several other things I want to show you, but tonight I'm basically going to show you 2 different things. One of them I've got about half done. The other one I will just get started on it tonight because you're not going to believe how simple and easy it is but it's dealing with Mod Podge, several layers that you have to let dry, and then good and dry before you put on another one, but we'll go over that later. When I was in Target and picked up the little star things, I also picked up this little wooden star. It has a little lip on it. And this was inspired again by Lisa at the Silver Farmhouse. If you go and follow her, she took hers and she like did a gray.
Kelly Marie says it won't be boring, will it?
It might. You should have seen Ed helping me put these nails in the other day. I mean, y'all know I like to do as much as I can do ahead of time. So I like my lives to be under an hour, just quick and to the point, but yet explain everything totally to you so that you can go do it. This cost $5 from Target, and it's really cute. There's a lot you can do with it. I chose to go the patriotic route. Now, after the 4th of July, I probably will redo the whole thing and just paint over it. Lisa took it, and she's very primitive in the things that she makes. In fact, she did some candle holders with the little, what are they called? They're kind of, it's not a star. She did that also, but they're just little fluted kind of candle things. But I'm going to put a picture on my page later. Are they entertaining you, Ed?
Yeah, she said she was just joking around.
Okay, so anyway, she did like a gray wash over it, so she made hers very rustic.
It's hard to see the nails and the
Yeah, well, they don't have to. Once I start putting the stuff around it, they'll see the nails. But I decided to go patriotic with it. She did it rustic and put a rusty star in the middle, and it's really cute year-round if you like the primitive rustic stuff, and a lot of people do. Ed doesn't, but a lot of people do. So anyway, let me tell you what I did to the star. The first thing I did is I took and I painted it with this Waverly white chalk paint. But any white will do. And then for the edges, I used the same that I did on something last week. I did something, it's called Ocean. It's a pretty color for 4th of July, I think, but it's Waverly. Walmart sells the Waverly paint. So I did that before I painted it white. We actually took, and I painted the nails this way, you can't see them as well. If you want to do it this way, even if you want to make it rustic, she put jute all around it. It's kind of like the string art on the same, they're just little bitty, I call them finishing nails, but you just want to make sure that they stand up just maybe, what would you say, Ed, 1/8 of an inch?
Yeah.
And I put them on, Ed, and I put them on. And then I painted the board white. But we're going to put some jute around it. But you want one in every corner, just a little bit away from the corner. I would say maybe
1/16 of an inch.
something like that, just not right in the corner. You want to be able to wrap some jute around it. So you're going to do all of the corners and then go back and do these inside corner type things. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Carrie says love is too Julie and bored, and neither is it.
So you've got 10 nails in this, okay? And if you want to do it patriotic, that's good. But I had this star that I'm pretty sure came from the Dollar Tree. It was like in a thing of 3 or 4 different stars that hang down, but I'm going to use it. And I found, let me see, what did I do with it? My jute. I found some red and white jute. So I'm going to do my jute with this red and white, and it was from Hobby Lobby. And I think it's Paper Studio, so I got it when it was half off, I'm sure. But the first thing I want to do, I have this little star that I'm going to put in the middle of this one, and I want it to be red. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I didn't do it ahead of time, so y'all actually do get to see me paint and paint dry. And I don't need a whole lot of this red. I'm just going to, and it probably won't take but one coat. So, but no, I was very proud of my primitive star. I love those candles. And I did finish the two that we started working on and rusted them up a little bit, made them look primitive. All right, I don't think I have to worry too much about the sides, but I may. Let's see. They're black. They're not going to show red a whole lot anyway.
Kara said watching paint dry is boring.
Yeah, really. So,
Most, in her defense, she does a lot of stuff ahead of time just to keep from taking up time.
and I guess it was just because it didn't take very long to do the craft, but he was so serious. He's like, "Can I tell you something?" I'm like, "Yeah, what?" He said, "Most of the time I don't say anything about what you do, but that was boring." I'm like, "Well, sorry." Okay.
Barbara Rosecrans said she bought 2 of those candles too.
Oh, yeah, I really like them. Okay, so that's all we need to do with that. I want to make sure I don't have any red paint to, and this won't matter where I start. And what I'm going to do to get started, I'm going to kind of tie a knot. Now, normally before I show y'all how to do a craft, I have done one. I have not done one of these, so this may be a total Facebook Live fail, but I think I can wrap Jude around correctly. We'll see. But I'm just going to kind of get started here at one of these corners, and I'm just, because I'm going to cut off the excess, so I'm going to like actually tie this one around, just make a little loop. And then I'm going to go back and add a little bit of hot glue. And I think it's the only one that I'm going to add hot glue to. And you want to go around about 3 times. So you kind of want to push that one down there. So I'm going to put just a tad of hot glue there, hopefully to hold that one. And then and this will be cut off when I'm done.
Kara Andrews says, "Oh, I like string art."
Yeah, it is. So I'm actually going to go around that one, and then I'm going to come and just wrap it around this one. That one. I think I actually went around twice on that one. I'm sure there's probably a correct way you're supposed to do it, but I don't care if this bottom part is on touching the white or not. And I'm just pulling it just a little taut. Now, Lisa went around about 3 times, but she was using some maybe thicker jute. So we'll see how this works. I'm going to go this way. But the nails are not sticking up. You don't want it to come up above your nails, so just put it on and push it down. I may just go around twice. I don't know.
Crafton with Surrey is watching.
Huh?
Crafton with Surrey, SURI.
Oh, I don't know. If you're new, let us know you're new to the page. Okay, so I'm going to push it down a little bit. But that's basically what it is string art. If you don't follow the Silver Farmhouse, I would encourage you to go follow her if you like the primitive rustic stuff. And all her stuff is budget friendly. She does a lot with paper bags. And I'm thinking, I don't know how in the world you did that, but okay, so that's twice. I'm not sure I'll get one more time without, you don't want it pulling up. And this one has been wrapped around a couple of times, so we'll see. But I believe I'll be able to get around 3 times. It's a little in play. Whoops. See, that one came loose. So let me go back. Maybe I got to make it a little tighter.
Hold your finger on it. Move your finger now to
Yeah. See, the nails don't have much of a head on them.
We did that on purpose, but
Yeah. Because I didn't want it to be the...
focal point.
Mm-hmm. Y'all could tell Ed and I've been married so long. He finishes sentences for me. And usually I can finish his sentences, but now he has started, you know, what's her face? And I'm like, I don't have a clue who you're talking about. I just can't guess anymore. So I'm just kind of pushing them down a little bit and trying to keep it tight. You could go put a little bit of glue. I'm not going to because I really think, all right, I started up here and that one's just got all it's going to be able to hold. I really think I'm probably going to take this off and do like a rustic primitive star when the holiday's over. So I'm going to actually, I wonder if I could tie this one to that. Let me try that. I just wanted a little bit of the red. So let's see if I can do this. Keep it tight enough. I know y'all may not can see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to tie a knot right here where I started. And hope I can hold it tight enough. And then I'm just going to clip off this excess right here. Okay, I think it'll stay. So that's what we have so far. And see, that was very simple, very easy. Just paint the star and do it. Now, this is not a perfect match for this blue. If I was putting this on my Etsy store, I probably would try to paint these blue stripes this color. Or even do them red stripes or something. But it's going on my fireplace mantle. I'm not that picky about it because it probably will come off or be painted over. So I'm just leaving it that blue.
Miss Reiki sent you 50 stars.
Well, thank you, Paula. That's sweet. All right, so I'm just using my glue gun, and I'm just going to glue this star down there. I just want to show y'all that you can take things and make, let's see, I want it end to end.
Yeah.
Pretty close centered, right? Yeah.
Carrie Andrews sent you 50 stars.
Thank you, ladies. The stars help me pay shipping on the things that I send. All right, this star does have a little bitty hole in it where I took it loose. I could put a bow there or whatever. I could even make a little bow here, but I don't think I will. We'll see. All right.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit over.
It's a little what? I don't think I can move it now.
This end needs to be moved. This needs to be moved.
No, I'll have to pop it off. It's on there. It's homemade. Not supposed to be perfect. Which nothing
Yes.
I make is perfect. So.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this one is going to go right about like that. Okay. And you wouldn't have to do anything else to it. There you go. And you can turn it any way you want to. This makes me think of on SpongeBob SquarePants. What's his name? If you look at it from the back, doesn't he look like SpongeBob's friend? What's his name? Patrick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it on this craft. And that's how quick and easy you can do it. Like I said, it'll take you a little bit longer because you have to paint this and let it dry and all that. But it was just a cute little craft.
Kelly Marie knew. She said Patrick.
Patrick, yeah. And I mean, it doesn't this way, but when you turn him this way, it does. So, like for, oh gosh, under $6, I would say, you could make something like this. I'm pretty sure this came off of the Dollar Tree where they have just a little jute hanging from them. 3 or 4 stars on it. I just cut it loose. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing I want to show y'all that you can do, it's not a quick craft because of the way you have to do it. But I want to show you how to be able to make like something like this. This is on my fireplace also. And I made it a few weeks ago, I guess. But you could use this plate. This is just a clear glass plate from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to show you how I did it. And you're going to be shocked at how simple it is. Start off with your glass plate. And I'm going to put these up here because I'm going to need to, you don't need to worry about the inside of it yet. Turn it over, and the first thing you're going to want to do is clean it really well. And you just take a little bit of alcohol, put it on cotton, anything, and alcohol dries. Don't let this fool you. All that is on my little thing there. It's not the plate. So I'm just going to clean this really well and let it dry. I would say this probably would take you 2 days probably because you need to let the coats dry. But alcohol dries fast. That's not what you're going to worry with. If you want to wash these plates, you need to use dishwasher safe Mod Podge. And it's in the blue container. And I got it, I think, at Hobby Lobby or maybe even Walmart. But it says on it, dishwasher safe. That's the Mod Podge you want to use. And I'll show you what I use to cover it. I bought 2 different things. This is a scarf from the Dollar Tree. And it's got all these different things on it. And I just used a small portion of it for this big plate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that dry. Now I also picked up this bandana, and it was from the Dollar Tree too. I didn't open it up all the way, but it looks really cute. You could use the bandana. You can use material, anything you find, but like I said, this was a scarf, and you can see how much of it's left. I mean, I could make several more plates with this one scarf. So if you did the little plates, one scarf would probably make you a place setting of at least 4, if not 6 plates. Okay, so what you're going to do is just decide what part you want to use. I'm going to go from where I've already got it cut. Figure out right side, wrong side.
Carrie Andrews says that's awesome, and Carrie Marie says, love it.
Okay, make sure you're putting it on like upside down to where when you turn your plate over, you're reading it. And if you want to position your plate with something, anything special that you want right in the center, like I'm not sure this Home of the Brave would go right in the center. Well, actually it would. So let's do that. Needs to come. Or I could do it just like the big one with Liberty right down the center. Or let's see, the other one says United We Stand. You could even come up here and do America the Beautiful or USA right in the corner. But figuring out where you want it is probably going to be your hardest part. But you want to make it sure it goes to the edge. And I believe this one would just fine. Okay? So what I'm going to do is just cut my scarf fairly close. Around my plate. So I just cut out a square. And then I'm going to put Mod Podge on this part of my plate. And you want a good bit of Mod Podge. You don't want to drown it. But that's what's going to stick your scarf or your fabric or whatever. You can also do this with napkins. It's called reverse decoupage. You can do just the center part. We may do that one day with some pretty spring napkins, but I'm just going to get the Mod Podge, and then I'm just going to put it all over my plate. You got to make sure you get those edges. But what takes long is it's got to dry before you can put another coat on. Because this scarf is very thin, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but when I put it on this plate, I will almost be able to feel the Mod Podge come through it.
Terry Andrews said you have to go back to work. Hope to get your replay later.
Okay, see you later, Carrie. Okay, so now that's a good bit of Mod Podge. So what I want to do is turn my Home of the Brave on the plate. I want to make sure this end is covered, and I'm going to kind of start patting right here. Start in the middle and go down. See, you can see it, the Mod Podge seeping through. All you got to do is pat. Make sure it's covering all the edges. And that you don't have any wrinkles. The scarf is not really silk, but it's kind of a slippery material and a silky material. And it may look weird on the other side for now, but it won't stay that way. Alright, so then I just kind of push and make sure this is where I want it, straight. And all the way to the edge. Okay, when I have that done,
Designed by Giselle.
when I have that done, I'm going to put a coat over the top. Don't move your scarf. You're just coating this. I'm not pushing hard. I want to push out any bubbles. And remember, Mod Podge is glue, so just put it somewhere that's safe, not on wood furniture or anything. Might ruin your wood. But for now, while it's drying, just put it somewhere and leave it alone. I will let this dry all night, and then I will come back and put another coat of Mod Podge on it. And it will take 3 or 4 coats. You could possibly, and I might, it depends on what it looks like. This one, I'll turn it over in a minute. I actually, once I put 2 layers of Mod Podge and they dried, then I went back and put a coat of white paint, craft paint. You could use acrylic paint. I used chalk paint, and then I sanded it just a little bit because your chalk paint is a little rough feeling. I didn't plan to use that to actually eat out of, but you can, because this is reverse. You're not going to have food touching any of this. Once it's totally dry.
And the Mod Podge food safe too.
I don't know, to tell you the truth. Water-based. Well, your food's not going to be touching this, so I wouldn't say for sure it's food safe. But what I will do, once this is totally dry tomorrow, probably before I put a second coat, make sure I got all my edges, I will cut along the edges. Now, if you're using a napkin, you could just do a little bit right here. Or you could sand the edges. This is fabric, scarf, so I can't sand the edges. But you can take a good pair of scissors and cut right at the edge of the plate. Okay, let me put the lid back on So even though it's simple, 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 it does take a little bit of time because you have to let each layer dry totally. Yeah, it's slipping. This one's bigger, it's kind of heavy. You have to let each layer dry totally. I wanted the white to kind of shine through, but what I didn't realize is it came through even on some of the red because it's such a thin material. And see, I painted, you see where when I put the paint on, it wasn't quite dry enough, and I had a couple of wrinkles here. But this was the first one that I did. And it's been done a couple of weeks now. And, you know, it's pretty smooth around the edges. There's just a few rough wrinkles here. But I did the white. I don't know if I'll do the white on that one or not. But it makes a very pretty thing to put on a easel or something. But anyway, you could use any kind of material. And that's how simple it is. But you want to just leave it alone now. Tomorrow I will put another coat on it and trim the edges. Trim the edges first and then put another coat on it probably. So that was the other craft that I wanted to show you. Simple, simple to do. Just get you dish towel even. I tried this at Easter with a dish towel, but I didn't get the real thin ones. I got the ones that were kind of rough. It worked fine. My daughter put it on her china cabinet thing with all her Pyrex dishes because it was those pinks and turquoise colors. But it was still a little sticky, she said, when she took it home. So, you know, don't make the mistake of laying it down on wood or something because it is glue. But it turned out fine. It's just, it's real rough on the back because it was those furry dish towels, not furry, fuzzy, thicker dish towels that have a fuzz on the back of them. So this is very smooth. I'm just going to probably give it a couple of coats, cut it, and see how I like it. And see if we're going to paint over the white or not. But you should be able to use it to eat off of it and just run it under the water. But you will need at least 3, if not 4 coats of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Just a couple of really cute. There's our star again. I think it turned out really cute, whether it looks like Patrick or not. So. But I'll have to take a picture now that I'm beginning to get things on my fireplace, mantle, and what's the thing underneath it called? Hearth. That just sit on and stuff. I'm beginning to get more and more pieces on it. I still haven't put anything in my garland. My garland is still black and white check and the burlap stuff. I may just buy some little heart stick in that garland and lights. But I'll have to take a picture of it and show it to y'all. But this one's going to go there. And I'm going to take it apart probably after the 4th of July and make it into something with a rusty star. So that's it for tonight. I appreciate y'all joining me. Be sure and do the #candle if you want to try one of your own boring projects. But I mean, I thought it was cute. And you put anything you want to. I ended up, I put the moss in it. I ended up going and getting some little bitty shiny, I had some red, white, and blue little stars, and I put them down around the edge. But I just did mine in black. I didn't rust the whole thing. The candle's the only thing that's primitive looking. So.
Marie said thanks, Joey.
You're welcome, and I will see y'all Monday. I'm not positive yet, but I think I'm gonna talk to you about some printables and how you can use printables along with napkins for more decor for the 4th of July. So it feels to me like the 4th of July is, I guess because it was Memorial Day, came and went. But it's like, oh no, my goodness, this is just June. You know, it's still 2 months. Well, no, a month before the 4th of July. So I will see y'all Monday at 6, and y'all have an awesome weekend and stay safe. Thanks. Bye-bye.